Alright dudes, it's been a while, but I want to play some games. And the one I want to play most is Factorio. I've been messing about with it a bit, and I think it's fun enough and vaguely interesting enough to be worth doing a playthrough of. It has a nice end state, which is you have to launch a rocket, and it's got a whole bunch of challenges to meet along the way. So, hopefully you guys will enjoy it. I'm not a pro by any stretch of the imagination, but, you know, who is? So, we're going to start out. What we're going to do is, there's a campaign, but it's a little bit naff, so we'll skip that, and we're just going to do a new game. Sandbox. Default. We ain't going to turn on this crap. Enemies never attack first. That kind of defeats the whole point. So, we're not going to seed it, we're not going to do anything, we're just going to cool, as is. However, there is a caveat. Anyway, first we'll go through this blurb. This is the Factorio freeplay. Your task is to launch a rocket into space. Do this by constructing a rocket silo, and launching a rocket with a satellite. You will need to research advanced technologies in order to unlock the rocket silo. Start small, work your way up with automation, and don't forget to protect yourself from the natives. Tab. So, that's the blurb out the way. That's basically the gist of the game. Build stuff. However, before we get into that, the most important thing when playing Factorio is to make sure your starting position does not suck. Otherwise, you're going to be wandering the world like a fool, looking for stuff. And so, the question is, what does not suck mean? Number one, it needs water. That's fine, you always spawn next to water, in my experience. Sometimes you'll spawn on a tiny island in the middle of the water, which will suck, because you can't do anything. In those cases, you just have to restart. Anyway, important resources early on. Iron, copper, iron and copper, that Deus Ex code word, that you have to give to the hobo for him to open the secret passage behind the vending machine in Deus Ex. That was irrelevant, but you also need coal, which there's not very much of, and stone to a greater or lesser extent. Stone's more important once you start building walls. You also kind of want some oil for later on. But anyway, conclusion is, this starting position sucks. Therefore, we're just going to restart. No big deal. And we're going to keep doing this until we find something relatively decent. I mean, this one's okay. 1.4 million stone seems a bit excessive. The iron and the copper, not great. Coal is garbage. You actually need quite a lot of coal, so we're just going to start again. Hopefully, we won't do this too many times. But you know, it's good to know, going into this. You don't just find a perfect place early on. Now, this one could be interesting. A reasonable amount of iron. I know 835k might sound like a lot, but believe me, it'll get used up. An okay amount of stone. Okay amount of copper. Not a great amount of coal, but there's another bunch of coal over here. It's also not great. And 16k of coal there. No plutonium. You know what? No. Unacceptable. We'll try again. I know super pros would probably go, I'm going to play with whatever it gives me, man. And kudos to them. But I am not. Okay, this looks good. This goes to show that looks can be deceiving. However, there's what? 245k of coal there. Plus another 600k there. There's no oil. That's the only problem. I really want to start near some oil. I've had bad experiences in this game. bad experiences. You could go, I want to increase the amount of oil. But screw that. That's not what we want. We don't want to increase the frequency of oil. We just want to get lucky. Okay, this might be the one. There's no oil, but look at everything else. Decent amount of coal. Kind of far away, but that's okay. Decent amount of iron. Potentially decent amounts of copper. A decent starting place. I know it doesn't seem decent, but believe me, it is. Then we can explore, hopefully find some petrol. Job will be a good one. So that's what we'll do. We'll do this one. So, Factorio. Where to begin? First things first. You have to craft an iron axe. You don't have to, but it's good practice. And then you probably want to get better wood. Not much, but a little bit. And then what we want to do is get a bunch of iron. Ting, 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 ting. Now, there's an achievement in Factorio for only crafting 111 items or less. And I kind of want to get that achievement. So I think we're going to go for it. I instinctively stopped on 11 there because it was a number I stated, but we actually want more than 11. So, if we only want 111 items crafted, we're going to have to be pretty crafty ourselves to accomplish that. So, I might not bother. It's a hard one to say. Because it all sounds good in principle, you know. I'm going to automate everything. That's the theory. The theory rarely lives beyond, I really need this item. And then you have the question, do you just craft it where you are? Or do you not? So, first things first, we've set up one of these crappy burner mining drills. They're crappy, but on the flip side, you give them fuel and they mine. So what you do is put it on the coal, it will mine the coal, and then you steal the coal out of here and give it back to it. For now though, we're going to use this to melt some iron into iron plates. He's going to run out of coal, but that's okay because we can just steal this, put it back in. Happy days, right? So, we're off to a slow start. We also need some stone, which is good because it's right here. This is why I decided to stick with this map, because it's got quite a lot of, well, it's got enough of everything we need in this starting area so that we won't have to walk for miles, which is very important. See, with 10 stone we can make 2 more furnaces, which is incredibly tempting, unless I want that sweet crafting achievement. That being said, I'm going to ditch the crafting achievement. It's too painful. And then we can take some of this iron, and we want to make some more of these mining drills. Because then, instead of having this feed the furnace, which is nice, we can wait for this to finish and then remove the furnace and put another one here. Now they'll feed each other, so they will happily sit there producing coal, and every so often you can just steal it all back. However, we do need iron, so that's what we'll get started on. We're gonna pilfer. Yeah. I only meant to put half of that in there. There we go. Now this will make us iron plates. we'll have to run back and forth, giving it coal, but that's okay. We also need a lot more stone. So let's get that on the go. We'll make a mine to get the stone, I think, so that we don't have to worry about it. For now, though, this is okay. And do we make a mining drill? Yeah. There we go. Awesome. Let's get let's get some more of this on the go. We're basically gonna try and completely mine this place out. We'll go on to automation eventually, but for now, automation is not key. Oh, that was unfortunate. There you go. When you steal all the coal out, sometimes if you do it at just the wrong time, you screw yourself over. And we need some more stone. Once we get 5 stone, we'll set up a... In fact, we'll get 10 stone. Oh, we won't get 10 stone. My pick broke. What we'll do is we'll get some wood and we'll make a chest. We could have made an iron chest, but I don't really want to. Now, make this drill. We can start being kind of funky. We can say, mine this stone, put it in this chest. There you go. Now he will start ticking up, getting us some stone. Pretty nice. No. They need more coal. That's okay. Let's go and pilfer some. Good. And what we're going to do is we're going to there you go. We're going to really do a number on this coal patch. So now they're all feeding into each other. It'll get us a relatively nice amount of coal over time. We are going to have to move over here later. I'm hoping there'll be copper over there, but we shall see. That's the joy of not knowing. And and we need more stone. Cool. Let's get some more iron on the go. I feel like we need it. Iron is the most important thing early on. Copper is as well, but it's not as important as iron. I can tell you that much. There you go, guys. Because iron, you want to use to make your electric. And then once you have your electric, you can start doing all sorts of funky stuff. In fact, let's build 2 more of these, add them to the chain. We're going to need more coal, that's the thing. We'll just add them to this cycle. There we go. They're all feeding each other. So we're getting a decent amount of coal. The music in this game is very depressing. That's one thing I would say. I guess the idea is that you're, like, not shipwrecked, but you are... I guess it is shipwrecked if it's a starship, right? You're shipwrecked on an alien planet, and you're trying to build a rocket. Ostensibly to leave, but you don't actually leave on it when you build it, which kind of defeats the point. However, so be it. Let's get one copper one on the go, because you do need some copper. We'll get this tiny patch. Yeah. Why not? And that should be enough copper, honestly, for now. We don't need massive amounts. Just enough to get by. Steal some more stone. I know any pro players watching this would be like, ugh, you're so slow. You know what? F you guys. That's what I say. Make your own videos. Electric. That's what we want. And for that we do need copper. We need copper for science packs as well. Fortunately, we're now making a tiny amount of copper. We're actually going to make these 10 science packs. Not that one. There we go. Because we need 10 science packs to start doing cool stuff. Yoink. Is that water next to the coal? That is actually perfect. I could not ask for a better system than this. So science packs are used for research, which we will get into fairly soon. How's all this stuff doing for coal? Needs a bit more, huh? Yeah. There you go. Okay, we're going to build one offshore pump. We need more copper as well for the science lab. But that will let us do the research. Even more coal. We're actually rocking the coal now, but it's because we're not going crazy with the mining just yet. But we will. So now we have a pump. Brilliant. Why do we need a pump, you may be asking? Because we want power. You see, this has energy consumption 60 kilowatts. That means we need power. For that, we're going to make a boiler and a steam engine. And these two combined will give us enough power until we actually start doing some crazy stuff. So, which way should it face? The way the boiler works is it takes water and coal and it produces gas. Let's bring it out this way. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And then we can put some coal in it. Voila. That's saying it's got no power connected to it. So we need some wood. Where can we find some wood? Hola. Aha. Tiny bit of dry tree. Let's take this red tree as well. You gotta be careful when you're chopping down the trees, because trees absorb pollution. And you can see how fast this pollution's spreading because there's not very many trees around, which means we might get attacked. Which means we almost certainly want to research better guns early on. However, for now, that's not a concern. Let's do one of those, just for now. And build our lab. And then we've got our 10 research ready. Here's the research screen. On here, you have all the different types of science. You see red, red and green. Down here, you've got all these crazy ones. For now, we're going to do... we're actually going to start with military. I know you should start with automation usually, but I think due to the amount of pollution that we're causing with such a tiny base, we should probably think about scouting the area and killing any aliens who are foolish enough to come near. So that's what we'll do. Now, we plant this lab. It has power, which it will take from here. And there we go. It's researching military for us. And using a very, very small amount of power. So that's fine. Here you go, guys. Have some coal. Once we have our power fully up and running, we can start doing electric mining drills. But for now, I'm actually... Why did I just steal that coal? For now, I'm actually quite happy using the coal ones. It is causing all that pollution that I was complaining about. But, what the hell? What we're going to do is temporarily build a bunch of guns and bullets for our exploration. Interesting. Need to move these around because they're finishing mining everything. That's okay though. We'll just keep it up. And we're going to build 10 more research packs so that we can do automation after this. We could argue we should be getting turrets so that they can defend the base without us having to do anything except fill them up with bullets. But as we haven't been attacked yet, I'm going to assume there's not too many aliens nearby. So we'll take this opportunity to kind of scout around and see what's what. 3 million iron, that's nice. Petrol's what we really want. That's like magenta little dots. They'll be very apparent when you see them. Oh, there's an alien base. Let's research automation, because why not? We should also build some armor. And then we'll take out these aliens. They're too close. Too close for comfort. We should, theoretically, have enough bullets to do it. Jihad! Uh-oh. I didn't switch guns. I didn't switch guns. That's fine. These aliens suck anyway. Okay. Let's build some more bullets. There we go. Now we'll be much better off. We can take out this base. I will be happy. Oh, look, some uranium. That's better. Still going to take a while. but nowhere near as long as before. So that's good. Hopefully we have enough bullets to get through all of it. I suspect we will. We'll need to research stronger bullets and stuff like that. But early on, it's not that big an issue. They're kind of pathetic. Once they start evolving, they really do become a problem. But by then you've usually got pretty good defenses, so it's not too bad. And is he going to get one more? He did. Done. Right, that's one set of alien punks dealt with. Used a lot of ammo. Why not? We're going to get more iron when we go back to the base anyway. Little bit of uranium. Not a massive amount, but that's fine. Do. We're going to do a full circuit. Is that coal? No, it's stone. Would have loved that to be coal. As long as that's a nice amount of coal up there, we'll be okay. We can just mine it and transport it down. But then we'll have to guard the mine from any prospective aliens, which isn't great. This is nice. We can set up a self-contained little carbon factory here. The problem is, not carbon, copper. I guess it'll be carbon as well with coal, but the problem is you mine the copper and then you have to melt it using coal to get the copper plates. So you always end up having to mine everything out to where the coal is, transport it there, or transport the coal back. And it's just kind of awkward. So if you get two next to each other like that, you can have a nice little bit of fun with it. Later on, it's not a problem because you get electric furnaces, and then you're rocking. But that's not for a while. Is this more stone? It is more stone. This coal looks like it's actually pretty big. Hallelujah. 2.5 mil coal. That should last us a significant amount of time. Still no oil. Oh, another alien base. You can see it. Do we have enough bullets to take that out? Probably not. Let's kind of skirt around it for now. We'll come back once we have some sort of system in place for creating bullets. That's what this automation is for. We're gonna make bullets galore. Is that more coal? $1.7 million. That's nice. Still no oil. That's gonna get real painful. However, later we'll be able to make a car, and then we can drive around and find some oil. So I'm not too concerned. More uranium. Looks like we're flat out of luck when it comes to oil. You know what though? That's fine. It could be worse. So let's head back, nice and slow. Tell you what, once you have a car, you really start to miss having a car. And once you've built a train, you really start to miss having a train as well. Etc. It's real unfortunate. There's way too much stone around here. It's going to let us make some pretty badass walls, hopefully. Did I just walk past the base? I think I did. I did. That's fine. I was testing myself. Right. These should be full up with coal. Indeed they are. This should be full up with copper. Indeed it is. That's not going to be full up with stone. And a decent amount of iron from those. Oops. Accidentally stole his coal. There you go, guys. And these two are finished. So what we'll do is give it the old switcheroo. Cool. So now we can start assembling stuff. We'll do that here for now because why not? First thing we want to assemble is bullets. Lots and lots of bullets. So what this will do is just sit there and make bullets non-stop as long as you give it the resources. Ideally, you want to have somewhere producing iron and then transport belts going up to it and it taking the iron and then offloading the bullets into a chest or onto another transport belt. But for now, we're just gonna let it do its thing. In fact, arguably, we want to. What's he doing for coal? Pretty well, but let's give him some more. We might need more iron. That's the only thing I'm concerned with. Get some more iron. Done. Everyone is happy. There you go. Keep making bullets. We've probably got enough to take out these guys, which is exactly what we're gonna do. Let's have a jihad on these aliens. They've got it coming. If we don't strike first, they will strike first. And that's just a fact. And they'll grow. So up here there's coal, there's a iron, coal, some copper. How much copper is that? So we could build a little factory here for the iron and the copper. And then bring it out here. Potentially. The idea has merit. For now, it's genocide time. Genociding the aliens. Later on you can't get away with doing this. They have giant ones. But for now, genocide is the way to go. Honestly, they shouldn't have chosen this planet to live on. The annoying thing about the aliens is they evolve more the more polluted you make it. And they attack you once the pollution reaches their base. So there's a lot of incentive to keep your pollution down. Or you can do what I usually do, which is build a massive wall surrounded by turrets. There's incentive for that as well. Okay. Are there any more? Any more aliens nearby? No. Is that more coal? Oh, it's more aliens. Jihad! If anyone is offended by me saying jihad, I am offended by your offense. Okay. Done. So that's nice. This map is actually not bad. Apart from the lack of oil, but what can you do about that? Uh-oh. Medium worm. Medium worms are the worst worms. Let's let him be. A medium worm without a base. That's rare. That's fine. We'll let him live for now. Live and let live. Which is a very literal case this time, considering that medium worm would probably kill us. I'm tempted to just churn through a bunch of science packs. Awfully tempting. Normally I set up automation to build the science packs. But this early on, when you're just trying to rush a few technologies, I think it might actually be better to just build a bunch of them, basically. Let's get some wood. And we're going to do our first little bit of automation. It's not going to be anything huge. Just enough to wet our beak, as they say. So what is the problem? We have to give these guys iron. And they will eventually fill up with bullets. Have no fear. Whoop. I'll stone things out of coal. I'm actually happy with the amount of stone that we have. So what I'm going to do is say you're making bricks instead. And that will be proper bow, as they say. Right. First up. The first problem we have, these guys are going to fill up with bullets. Not a major problem. The second problem we have is that they... In fact, let's remove him. The second problem they have is they need lots of iron and they can only hold 100 at once. Therefore, we're going to do something a little bit hacky. Which is this. So, these are inserters. They will pick something up from something and place it somewhere else. But now, we can do that. And we can store a whole bunch of iron in this chest, and they will just keep making bullets. Actually want to steal some of that iron back, though. So that we can do the same thing. And say, put the bullets in this chest. Now we'll have a nice little chest that we can go to for bullets whenever we want. Meanwhile, let's get some more iron. I'm going to build some research. I'm going to take this stone. We're having to run everywhere. I'll worry about the pavement layer. Lets you run faster. Kind of want to kill that worm. The medium worm. Where was he? Let's get him. It's going to take us a while to get there. But we can't let him survive. This is a no medium worms territory. Medium worm, we're coming for you. I like this when they're merged. Well, I sort of like it. It's nice because you can get both in the same place. Not nice because your mines end up getting both at the same mine. And then when you're trying to send them off into different pipes, it becomes awkward. But don't worry about that. That's just an aside. Okay, medium worm, are you on your own? Okay, we should be able to do this. Death to the medium worm. Oh my god. Nope. Nope. We are not killing that medium worm. We need bullet damage. We need bullet damage and we need bullet speed. We also need to think about automation. But again, it's not that important just now. It's nice because it means when you go off killing stuff, when you get back, you've got a whole bunch of stuff built. Which is really nice. Especially when you automate research. That's the key, I think. It's the most important thing to automate. So that you can just keep churning through the research over and over again. However, for now, I'm okay with just manually doing it. Did they use all that iron already? I guess they did. Kudos to them. Let's get some more. Cool. I really do feel like we need more iron. Is that one done? Yes. Okay, let's switch him around. Give him the old switcheroo. So this iron patch is very much temporary. For now though, we might want to do something with it. However, first up, we need to automate red science. It's copper plates plus iron gear wheels. That's easy enough. So what we can do is we can say, you, my friend, let's build it here. This is temporary, so it's fine. You are going to be making science packs. Then we need another one. Yep. This is a bit of a mess. We're just going to destroy this eventually. Apart from the power, probably. We might keep that. Unless we move that up here. Which we will probably do. So that we're closer to this area. But now, though, you need to make iron gear wheels. And you need to pass them to that guy. So that he can make that. And then that. And that should be relatively funky, right? So if we give him iron, he needs copper as well. There you go. Again, it's not ideal, it's still fairly manual. But now, with this simple setup, we're gonna have our red taken care of for a little while at least. We should probably get another lab on the go, just to speed things up a bit. This is going to take way too long to get bullet damage. You could argue we should get turrets first, but what the hell? I want bullets. That worm is asking for it. Could be something out there. I think we're okay for bullets just now. Okay, lab number 2. We can do this. This is a nice little trick that the game teaches you right at the beginning. They will share resources between each other. Let's go off to the east. Make sure there's nothing out here. Our pollution is spreading beyond here, so we want to make sure we're not risking anything. We'll steal a few dead trees while we're at it. It's a shame you can't plant trees. It would also make the game too easy if you could. So I'm willing to forgive it. Ahaha! It's not a huge amount, but it is oil. Perfect. It's got a small worm defending it. That's fine. Come on then, guys. Small worms are easy, it's just the medium worms. They're really strong, and the large worms are ridiculous. The only way I've found to kill the large worms is to ram them with a car. Works quite well, but doesn't really work until you have a car. Combat in this game is really easy. You just hold down the spacebar and he shoots at the closest thing to your cursor. Very, very simple. Come on then, you stupid worm. Done. Is that more water? Yeah. Interesting. Depending what's around here, we might actually want to make a base here. We need some coal, but there's iron, there's copper, there's oil. We just need a big supply of coal near this water. If there was, it might be better than building it over in that other place. If we can get all resources next to each other, we will be laughing all the way to the bank. Okay, punks. Make my day. One more. Yeah. That's okay. So, question is there any coal nearby? There's lots of aliens. I'm okay with that though, they're just small bases. Now's the time to take them out before they grow too much. We don't want the aliens to grow too much. That would be highly detrimental to our chances of success. If there is no coal, we could bring a massive chain of coal across the map. Uh-oh. That looks bigger, doesn't it? Let's leave that one alone. Let's leave that one alone. That's going to be the problem with building our base here. The aliens are slightly more advanced here. However, if we find coal, it might be worth it. Look at that base. The game is clearly saying, you ain't coming out here, bro. Yeah. That's fine though. Gives us an objective, doesn't it? What we'll do is we'll build our base over at the other place, and then we can come here once we've got like electric furnaces and build a new base. Because then we won't need coal. Theoretically. For the most part. We will need a little bit, but let's not worry about that just now. We can always ship that in from the original base that we built. Via train. Potentially. For now, we should be doing okay. We're gradually making our way to bullet damage 1. Gradually. Should probably have another lab. Our research is slow. However, this thing is creating these whenever it needs them, which is nice. We need some more bullets now. Let's get 50. Let's pick up this copper. Let's pick up these bricks. And let's pick up all this iron. And fill these up again. So for now, we're just trying to collect a bunch of resources. Except copper. Nobody cares about copper. And get a little bit of production on the go. Let's get another lab, why not? You need iron. You need more copper. Everything's fine. So it takes 5 seconds to build a science pack. And these use them in 30 seconds. So as long as you're building one every 6 seconds. As long as you're building... Yeah, which means one of these can cover 6 of these, theoretically. As to how true that is, I don't know. My math might be off. I believe that's the case. So we can just keep on going. Got a nice little bit of parallel stuff going on there. Should increase that. We could make another, but let's not push it. There you go. Got plenty of bullets now. Plenty of that. Now, the awkward thing is going to be when we need power, we need to keep filling this up with coal. We'll automate that eventually. If we move it up here, we might be okay. We're going to have to scout out around here, see what the dealio is. But I think early on we can use up this coal mine. I think we'll be okay. Sorry. We're going to switch over to electric. That's the plan. Almost done with bullet damage 1. Meanwhile, we need some more automation. This is going to be very important. So he's building gears. Plenty of them. And he's only using one every 5 seconds. So, we can utilize the rest of them to do something that will actually be useful. Namely, build transport belts. Which is something that we're definitely going to need lots of in the long run. To get stuff from A to B. There we go. And there you go. Now everything is hunky-dory. And we got a bullet damage, which is nice. We should get bullet shooting speed as well, but for now, let's get some of the cheaper stuff. Like turrets. That shouldn't take very long. Not with 3 labs. Eventually, you want like 20 labs or something, but for now, 3 should be enough. Good. Good. We need more iron. This is why we're going to build the transport belts, so that we don't have to run back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Early on it's fine, but, you know, as time goes on, you don't really want to be doing that. Not when you've got big complex bases. Did we run out? Oh, it's because these only take 10 seconds. That's fine. It's a temporary setback. Walls, maybe? Let's go with logistics. Logistics will really help. That's good. It's gradually creating us some of these. We'll pimp these guys out with what they need. That should all be cool. Now, we want to start building this stuff. So we're going to create everything we need for when we go up here. So what we need is a lot of electric mining drills. Could go and attack that worm now that we've increased our damage. I feel like it'll still kick our ass. This is why we need green research as well. A lot more expensive though. Takes a lot longer to build. Which is why we will be getting an automation chain on the go. But for that we need to research the next level of automation. Because these are kind of crappy. We need to make better ones. And we need more iron. Of course we do. Probably steal all this coal as well. Just for good measure. These are done. Let's move them. See, it's kind of nice early on just to say this is an area that I don't care about. Let's get the stone. Stone bricks will be useful later. They're not necessarily useful now, but they will be. There you go. So we've got 8 of these mining drills. Then we need how many inserters? Well, we'll see. We definitely need another steam engine. Probably another 2 steam engines. You can get 2 steam engines off 1 boiler before it starts getting inefficient, so we'll do that. Just gotta watch out though, because it uses a lot more coal. But the power you get off these is pretty good. It's like one of these is the equivalent of 15 solar panels. So even when you switch to solar, considering those solar panels need to do the night as well, it's steam is always good. Just a shame about the pollution. Real shame about the pollution. Why is he not passing that on? Is it because they don't technically need it yet? Let's get electronics. Just because electronics will let us get upgraded assembling machines, which will be very nice. Walking, walking. Yeah, we really need to get our iron automation on the go. Which is going to make all this coal we're carrying completely redundant, but that's okay. That is A-okay. Take those bullets. Let's give these guys iron. He's being nice and slow, but that's okay. Right. We're gonna need copper poles. Let's just make as many as we can. That'll take a while. Oh, we used all the copper. That's fine. Let's just keep clearing out this little area. Cool. So we've got our poles, we've got our drills, we've got our power, we've got our transport belts, presumably, in there. What else do we need? Furnaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I want to make 40 furnaces. You could argue we could steal these ones. Why am I stealing all their coal? You could argue we could steal these furnaces, but I kind of like having them there, just for now. Yep. Yep. We don't really need more bullets just now. So, 40 furnaces. That means we need 40 inserters to put iron in the furnaces, which means that we need more copper. No, it doesn't. It means we need more iron. That's cool. 40, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That'll be cool. And then we're gonna need 80 long-handed inserters for my purposes, my devious, mischievous purposes. Which means we're going to need a lot more iron and copper to make those. Arguably, we should be automating the building a lot of this, so that we don't have to spend ages manually crafting it all. But what the hell. Nothing better to do with my crafting time than just sit around building these for now. Ooh, electronics is finished. Now we want automation 2. That will get us this assembling machine 2, which lets you craft items that require up to 4 ingredients. The current ones only let you do 2, so you can't build anything even vaguely complex. But that is fine. So far, we're doing alright. We do need to watch out for these, but in general, not too shabby in my opinion. Here you go, have some more iron. So, I think we're gonna... 37, huh? Do I need... Wait. $15. So again, a lot more iron, a lot more copper needed. Still 15 because of the iron. Sacre bleu. This is why I should have built more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Need to build 80 of these. That's going to take forever. That might actually take forever. Tell you what, we're doing okay on transport belts. Can't complain about that. We're doing way too good on coal. Can't complain about that either. Here you go, guys. Have some coal. So we're going to end up with 25, 30, 35. Yeah, that's going to take a long time. What else do we need? We're going to need to build some turrets eventually, but for now that's not really an issue. 5 seconds on the research timer. That's actually quite nasty. We should arguably be building more than just one set of research things. But that's okay. We're in no real rush for Automation 2 as of yet. 35. I'm going to get us up to 40. And then we'll be able to build half of my delicious plan. And that will enable us to make significant progress relatively quickly, which will be nice. But that is going to be for next episode. I'm going to leave it here. We've done all the manual stuff. Next time, we're going to see about actually automating some stuff. Mining, crafting, automate this so that we don't have to do anything. Currently we're having to place everything everywhere. I'd like that to just tick along by itself. Automate these bullet production and then automate everything else, basically. But for now, I'm going to call it here. I like this game. Hopefully other people do. But if you don't, go F yourself. Catch you later.